soul now. It just keep reminding me I'm all alone now. No, I shouldn't call you, but I couldn't put the phone down. Yesterday, I ran over to your old house.
What up, YouTube family? Let me say right off the bat, man, what an honor and a privilege it is to be with you again. We've been through some rough times, some wild rides, and I just want to take the time to say I'm back, to let y'all know what I've been going through, and to get y'all hip to the come up. And so right off the bat, let's drop it. So for the past 2.5 years, 2 years or so, y'all know y'all been seeing me on Top Hill Podcast, Quality Check Live, and at Quality Touch Studios, and Words Never Spoken. And so I just want to get y'all hit, man. Through all that time, I was down bad. You know what I'm saying? I was living out of my car. I was homeless. This went on for a couple of years at a time. And I'll, give y'all some screenshots and some photos so y'all can see what was going on. Well, all this time I was homeless. I was living out of my car because I was trying to pursue something that didn't agree with what I grew up with and what I was raised with and everything like that. And if y'all watch Words Never Spoken, then y'all should know. But if not, you know what I'm saying, I grew up in a particular religion. I left that religion because I didn't truly believe, because of things that I had seen and, and been around and heard and was proven to me. And so I got out, and the problem with that was I lost everything. And I got to take some accountability. I did choose to leave, you know what I'm saying? Nobody forced me to leave. It is what it is, man. I'm a dive head first kind of guy. And so when I see a move I need to make, I just jump. I just do it. And so that's what I did. And man, struggling. So I was in my car. It was a little small car too, a little Nissan Versa. And took the back seats out. Laid my seat all the way down, got comfortable and everything. But boy, it was some cold nights, some rough sleeping nights too. It wasn't that great. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was pretty bad. Not being able to shower every night, couch hopping when I could, shower hopping just to get by, couldn't eat every day, and when I did. So at first I was doing DoorDash, and then my car started giving me problems. So I couldn't dash frequently. I could only dash for pretty much gas money to run my car at night so I wouldn't be cold. I just had to start juking orders, Everybody knew me at the restaurant as the DoorDash guy. Every restaurant knew me as the DoorDash guy. And you know what I'm saying? I had to get it how I live. So I'm sorry to anybody who may have been missing an order or Dasher said it wasn't there. They had to. Actually, I'm not sorry. You're welcome. I gave you hot food. You would have been waiting and got cold food. So now you got hot food. So you're welcome. Anyway, that's how, I was getting by. I was making it ate good just because I was taking DoorDash orders. It was what it was. But then it got to a point where I didn't have a car at all. My car went out completely. At this point in time, I had a really good friend, Lester, help me out, take me in. He had a spare bedroom in his basement. It was his workout room. He, had a bed and just a little mattress in it. And he gave me, the ability to sleep at his crib. We set up a studio. We were recording music, all types of really good stuff. So that was a really good period in time. It didn't last too long for reasons that aren't mine to speak of. It wasn't him, though, that wanted to put me out or that put me out. Thankfully, by that time, I was able to buy a van. Now, keep in mind, I just fast forwarded time on you guys. So while I was staying with him, I was also able to play 2K again. Met some really cool people on 2K. Stick Icky, Bad Inventions. Oh, I'm terrible for getting my boy's name. Met one real cool dude in Racine. Met another real cool dude that was East St. Louis? I don't know. He was in Missouri. Cool dude and couple cool dudes in New York. Met some really dope people playing the game. That really helped me out down the line. So moving past that, so I was able to buy a van, thankfully. But it got to a tipping point at that crib and I had to leave. So I stayed at a friend's house. My girl Ebony, shout out to you. You're one of the realest. Let me stay at her house. I asked for one night. I was there for 3 or 4. Getting to get my paperwork on my van, and ended up crashing in my van. So I got a van. was crashing in the van for maybe 2 or 3 months. This was during the winter. So I was working at Chick-fil-A in La Plata, and I was crashing in the van, and it got to be December of last year. So last year was 2021. December of 2021, I'm crashing in the van, and it's cold, it's snowing one night, and one of my managers, David, the kitchen manager, saw me, and he told the GM told the owner, and the owner ended up putting me up in a hotel for a few weeks, maybe a month, until I was able to get into the homeless shelter / find a place. So I crashed at the homeless shelter for like a weekend, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I couldn't do it. The homeless shelter wasn't for me. No offense to anybody that's in the shelter or anything like that, because you gotta do what you gotta do. I needed it, and I should have stayed in it. I really should have. It would have been better for me in the long run to just suck it up. But I'm a hoe. So I wasn't sucking it up, bro. I'm a bitch ass nigga, bro. I wasn't staying in the homeless shelter. So I ended up getting out of there. So I was on Facebook and shit and found an apartment that was over top of a bar. Ended up finding that, talking to the man. Wanted to go stay there, was supposed to go into it with a homie. He agreed to it, the last second he pulled out on me. And so I was stuck because, like I said, I wasn't going back to the shelter. So I was just like, fuck it, yo. I had already talked to the dude about working for him while still working at Chick-fil-A, and I was just going to work for him in his kitchen part-time. They were only open Wednesday through Sunday anyway. So I was going to work with him part-time. So that was the plan. That's what we were going to do. We were going to make that happen, right? So I'm doing that. I'm working as many hours as I can at Chick-fil-A because now I'm further up the road and it's harder to get to work. Sometime the van will get me there, sometime the van will stop. So, long story abbreviated, as I'm still working there, I mean, I'm paying $1,800 a month in rent for a place that don't even got a kitchen. And I couldn't afford it, long story short, you know what I'm saying? I'm making $12 an hour at Chick-fil-A. I'm making nothing at his restaurant because every single penny goes to the rent, and I still don't have enough to pay rent. So this brings us full circle back to the people I met on 2K. So one of the guys I met on 2K, Stick Iggy, heard about my situation from when old girl put me out of my man's house. So when I get back into the bar, he, you know what I'm saying, basically tells me, hey, yo, I heard about your situation. Dude, that sucks, yada, yada, yada. You should look into my city. I got this, I'm a GM at the restaurant. Dog, I can definitely get you a job. If you can get out here, I can definitely get you a job. I said, fuck it. I started to look into the city, see what the city was about, watching YouTube videos on it. After a while of doing that, I did my research on it. A week later, I'm riding a bus. Something happened with the dude at the restaurant, at the bar. And I was like, fuck this, bro. I'm out. A week later, after looking into the city, I started applying for apartments and jobs. So this is what I did. I applied to a Chick-fil-A in the city after applying to an apartment. But I applied to a Chick-fil-A first. Did my interview. Didn't even need the recommendation from my current Chick-fil-A. Just off the strength of the interview, dude told me, hey, when you find out when you'll be out here, the job is yours. So then I talked to him. And so I had him send me a promise I don't know what the fuck they call them, a letter of intent or whatever that I definitely had the job. Y'all, let me tell you the biggest difference though. Where I'm at now, I'm in the Midwest. Cost of living is way cheaper. Out there in Maryland, I was making $12 an hour paying $1,800 rent. This Chick-fil-A out here, it start everybody at 16, and my rent went from 18 to 715. That's just night and day difference. So immediately got the apartment. There was a studio at the time. I've upgraded since to a 1-bedroom, but it was a studio at the time. That was April of this year. April 2022, mid-April is when I got out here. I bought my plane ticket. My man's out here from 2K was like, I got you at the airport. He let me crash with him for 2 weeks until my apartment was done being renovated. Keep in mind, our first time ever seeing each other in person was when he picked me up off the plane. Like, that's how insane this shit is. And that's how nobody can tell me that God, a higher power, whatever you deem the universe to be governed by, or incorporated with, I know it got my back because I had never met this man in my life. And I just took a leap of faith and it was rewarded. So got out here, got that job at Chick-fil-A, $16 an hour. Was doing that part-time and then working part-time at Old Boy's restaurant. No, I was doing Chick-fil-A full-time and then working part-time at Old Boy's restaurant. Then they asked me to come full-time at the restaurant and then they upped me. So I was making $18 an hour at the restaurant and went part-time at Chick-fil-A. Eventually, though, the money for the restaurant was just better and it wasn't really worth going back to Chick-fil-A. So I'm still on the payroll at Chick-fil-A. I could still go work at any moment, but I just didn't because thanks to being at the restaurant, I was introduced to a dope-ass individual named Cyrillis, and she does nails. I'll link her Instagram page somewhere. She put me on to working at the school, in the school district, working at the school. So now I'm security guard at the high school, making much more than the 18 I was making, upgraded into a 1-bedroom apartment. Keep in mind, I moved here in April, was working for the school pretty much starting September at the start of the school year. We sit in December now. I've been in this 1-bedroom since October, since basically my birthday. This 1-bedroom was basically my birthday gift to me in October 13th. Now I'm able to finally dive into the fruits of my grind, the fruits of my labor, surviving the cold streets, living in the car, living in a homeless shelter. I have my own website, my own merchandise. I have new music out. Working with one of the greatest distributors in the industry, with one of the greatest people in the industry. Shout out to Shared Success Global and Tiffany. I mean, my life has completely did a 180. Like, it's completely different from where it was. Like, I'm really out here. So anyway, if y'all want to hear more about my story, if y'all want to hear, you know what I'm saying, what I'm doing now, the plans for the near future, and where things are about to go, stay tuned, subscribe, like the video, share the video, all that good stuff, and be back soon. Now, update about the merch. You can go to my website, www.austintolesnetwork.com. I have merchandise, hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, beanies, quarter zip jackets, all that good shit at the on the website. So definitely, man, y'all go check that out. Show your boy some love, cop you some merch, and stay tuned. Check out the new songs, NWTS and Yesterday. Those things are going crazy on the music platforms right now. Everybody's loving them. And we're really about to continue to show out for you guys. One love, peace, walk in your truth. It's your boy Austin, and I will see you soon.
Pull up on you where you at? Why you never call me back? Said you always had my back. Yo, new nigga, he a rat. It's no time for you to slack.